Hey, hey. Maybe Facebook doesn't like my title, so it's not going to alert people because I said bitch in my title. Hey, Joe. How are you? Say hi as you're hopping on. Hi again, Stephanie. Hi again. Hi. The back is getting better. I'm actually going to talk about that. The back is quickly getting better, which is awesome and amazing. You saw the little catch. You could see the catch right there. Yeah, I'm going to do this live stream and going back to bed actually. I had a clearing call in Phoenix, my phase 2 wealth alchemy program this morning. So I just did that call. And I'm doing this live stream, and then I'm going to pay my payroll, pay my employees, and then I'm going to go get back in bed. And I have had so much inspiration over the last couple of days. Everyone say hi as you're hopping on so I know you're here. So for those that don't know, my back went out on Saturday, and so I spent, it happened about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. So I spent Saturday afternoon and evening like in excruciating pain in bed, and then all day yesterday in bed. And so that's what this live stream is about. And it's crazy because, so for those of you that aren't aware, I am a student of 5-element theory, and I'm obsessed with inner alchemy. And you know, my modality that I co-created with the amazing Michelle Patrick is all about 5-element theory and the elements. And so early last week, I actually messaged Michelle and I was like, my kidneys are fucked. Like, I've been working too much. I haven't been taking care of myself properly. My kidneys are in bad shape. Like, I literally need to start doing something to heal, nourish, and cultivate my kidneys ASAP, as soon as possible. Like, I literally typed it to her, and then I just proceeded to go on about my life, working my ass off and doing all the lymphatic drainage and all the, like, I was doing all this stuff that was supportive of my health, but actually was not supportive of my kidneys. And I knew it was coming, and I just continued on my path with my stubborn self. And my back went out. So kidneys are in the water element, and kidney issues with kidneys lead to lower back issues and back going out. And so I literally like predicted it, right? And this is how I am. Like, I have been this way my whole entire life. And it's part of the reason why I have the autoimmune issues and the thyroid issues that I have and the adrenal fatigue issues that I have, is that I will just literally run myself into the ground. And it's hard because I am obsessed with what I do. I love my purpose work. The mission and the divine mission that I was given and the purpose I was given on this planet, I love it. And I would do it all day, every day, 24 hours a day. Somebody commented on a post of mine the other day, and they were just like, when do you rest? And I'm like, well, there's not much rest in a purpose-led life, especially when, you know, I feel like I have this mission and this message that needs to get out to the world, and it's really difficult to prioritize self-care when I feel like there's just, feel this sense of urgency right now for humanity, and I feel like there's not enough hours in the day, and so I'm constantly pushing myself. But here's the thing, it's like, I've been this way my whole life. This is nothing new. I have always had to get the Mack truck of signs. Like, I need to get hit by the Mack truck in order to hear the signs frequently, especially when it comes to my health from the universe. So my back went out for the first time, I guess a little over a year ago, a little over 12 months ago. And well, let's see, in March of 2020, my back went out. That's actually how I found out about Healy, is that somebody did a distance healing session on me, and that is what got me involved in Healy, was my back going out. So every time my back has gone out, and it's gone out, this is the fourth time that it's gone out in the last 12 months, every single time it's gone out, it's been because I've been neglecting myself. But literally the other thing that's happened is on the other side of it has been massive growth and transformation, and me really fully onboarding some kind of message that was meant to come through for me. So, you know, it's like, I'm not here to say whether it's good or bad, but if you are someone like me that has to get the Mack truck, or it's like, you know, you don't listen to your own internal nudges or the nudges of the universe when it comes to a certain area in your life, and you have to get the universal bitch slap to wake up and fully realize and recognize the message, like, it's okay, right? Like, it's okay. It's something that I work on all the time, of being like, God, why do I always have to why does the sign have to be so heavy? You know, I think that partially it's because I have such an analytical mind, and I'm like all in on spirituality, and I'm all in on the woo, but like so much of me wants it to make sense. And it's like, I need the confirmations. I need, like, it has to be a Mack truck, right? The sign has to be a Mack truck for me to be like, oh yeah, I believe it. So it's the same thing happens to me, like in my physical health is always where it can get my attention. And this back thing has been crazy because, you know, before and growing up and all through my life, like I would just get sick. So I would just get like some kind of respiratory sickness or whatever, and then it would like put me down for 24 hours or whatever. And so recently I haven't been getting those kinds of respiratory illnesses and sicknesses really. I did get COVID this year, but I haven't really been getting that because I have been doing so much internal alchemy and taking such good care of my immune system and doing my sauna and cold bath rotations and all of that stuff. So that wasn't as big of an issue. And it's like, so now like the universe has been sending this sign through, literally debilitating me, like making it so that I can't even move. Like I have to lay still, I have to be still, I can't do anything else, like literally not even able to like stand upright. But the thing that's really fascinating is, well, a couple of things. One, so this happens and I'm like, okay, what's the message here, you know? And like, and trust me, like when you're in excruciating back pain and you're doubled over and like you can barely function, it's really fucking annoying to have to be like, what's the message? You know, I'm like, can I just not be spiritual for 5 minutes and just be like, oh, my back went out? It's like, no, I have to immediately go to like, okay, what's the message? What's the message that the universe was trying to send me that I wasn't listening to, that I then had to get like the universal bitch slap? And so, you know, I will tell you that like, it was crystal fucking clear to me as soon as this happened. It was like, you have to make your health a priority right now. Like, and this year was like very much about health and relationships. Like that was what my focus was going to be this year. And the first half of the year, I really focused on the relationship part with my husband and my children. And it's like, literally the universe is like, stop everything. Now it's health. Like, and I have been, you know, my excuse to myself has been, oh, but I've been doing so much better. Oh, I've been doing all these things. Look at all these things I've been doing for my health. And I'm like, even though I know I haven't been going full in on it, I've been like using the excuse of, look how many things I'm doing better, right? And it's just like the universe was like, no, like no more excuses. Health is now the number one priority. Nothing gets put before health at this point. And so the message came through very clear. The sign was very, very clear. I'm very, very clear. I literally like yesterday messaged the clinic to go get my thyroid hormones checked, to get my other hormones checked, like reached out to some nutritionists and trainers. It's like now the next half of the year, the second half of the year, it's all about health. Like that is the priority. Nothing else gets done before health gets done. So that's going to require some pretty serious shifts of me, especially as it relates to work, because I will get up in the morning and just go straight to work, and then I'll work all day long. So now that's going to have to shift. It's going to have to be like, no, the priority is health. And if the health stuff doesn't, like, nothing gets done unless the health stuff gets done first. So, you know, and I always share this stuff because I feel like it's important to, you know, I'm constantly learning and growing and evolving. And I spent 4 years highly focused on my business, and my business became ridiculously successful, right? And then I spent 6 months focused on my relationship, particularly with my husband. It's amazing, better than it's ever been. So no matter what it is that I put my mind to, I can manifest it, right? I know that. But it's like, now I get to focus on health. And for me, it's like, that may require some adjustments to my schedule when I see clients, how I set up my workday. And I share this and talk about it because I want everyone to see that, like, growth and expansion is a constant evolution. And if, like, when we remain stagnant, we might as well be dead, right? We're here in this life to experience constant growth and evolution. And so I share this stuff with you guys just to be like, look, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm going through. I shared something in my Ouroboros container the other day. It was like my room. I took a picture of my room and showed everyone. I was like, oh my God, like, my space has gotten so cluttered. Like, I'm in the process of cleaning it all up, and I, like, shot a video and I dropped it into my Ouroboros container, and someone in there was like, oh my God, you are a real person. And I'm like, I am so real. Like, I am the most human of all the humans. And I know that, like, sometimes it's very easy to pedestal people or to only see, you know, one side of people that have a public platform. And my part of my mission and my vision for my business has always been to be transparent, has always been to be vulnerable, has always been to be, like, to show the real me. And, you know, it's been interesting because the last few years, like, I am living my heaven on earth experience. I have created the life that I deeply desire. I am living the life of my dreams. And so a lot of what I'm posting now and a lot of what you're seeing is that life. And it is really fucking fantastic and amazing. And so, you know, I think it is easy to look at me and be like, oh, she's got everything sorted out, or she's got everything worked out, or everything's amazing. And I will say that, like, the majority of my life is amazing. It hasn't always been. It was a road to get here. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of focus and determination and dedication and discipline and devotion. And it continues to take that, right? And so now I get to put that dedication and discipline and devotion towards my physical health. And so that's kind of the one thing. So if you are also like that, I just want you to hear that, like, that's normal. And it's okay. It's okay to be like that. It's okay to be focused in one area and be out of balance in another. And you know, it's like, you'll know when it's time. You'll know when it's time. I believe that balance is bullshit. And, like, when we sit here and say, like, nothing is ever perfectly balanced. My life is not perfectly balanced. And I don't think it ever has been, and I don't think it ever will be. But I do show up and try to do the best that I can with the messages that I receive from God and the universe and the highest level version of myself, and show up for myself in that way. So, but one of the things I want to talk about that I think is so incredible and really, really relevant and pertinent to lots of things, including my launch of Ouroboros right now and all the things that are happening in the world right now, is that one of the things that I'm recognizing and noticing, and by the way, if you have not joined my Telegram channel, my free Telegram channel, you are definitely going to want to do that for a couple of reasons. One, there's epic information in there. Two, I just dropped the link to opt in to the Telegram channel. So you want to opt in through my email list. You'll then get a redirect to join the Telegram channel. It's free. The first thing is that I have just recently closed down my entry-level mastermind called the Wealth Alchemy Mastermind. And I'm now moving all of the services that I was providing in the Wealth Alchemy Mastermind over to my free Telegram channel, which means you get a monthly group call with me, a monthly Q&A, a monthly Wealth Clear, and, like, daily content drops and drips, in addition to getting, like, all the behind the scenes Leah Steele and Leah Steele brand things. All the promotions, everything that's going on inside the community, all happens in that Telegram channel. It's free. So one, you want to be there because the content's epic. Two, there's incredible services that are provided in there. And three, I was meant to draw a winner this morning, but because I've been laid out for 2 days and didn't have an ability to promote it, I'm going to actually extend it through next Sunday. So anyone that joins the Telegram channel within the next, like by this next Sunday, I'm going to draw one person to win a one-on-one wealth clear with me. So it's $1,000 wealth clear. One person that's in that container is going to win that. So it doesn't matter if you're already in there. You've got to opt in though through the Kartra opt-in that I just dropped, because I'm not drawing the winner from the people in the group. I'm drawing from the opt-in. So just make sure that you've opted in, whether you're in the channel or not. Join the channel, come hang out over there with us, and just make sure you've opted in so you have that chance at winning. And I think only like 200 people have opted in. There's like almost 600 people in the channel, but only 200 people have opted in. So the odds are really good for winning the wealth clear. So you're definitely going to want to do that. But anyway, yesterday I shared this 3-minute video in the Wealth Witch channel, which if you hop over there and join now, you'll still see it. But it's the Reverend Michael Beckwith, and he's talking about like the transformation that's happening on the planet right now. And he does a really epic job in 3 minutes of describing, you know, stuff that I rattle and prattle on about for hours and hours. So definitely go check out that video in the Wealth Witch channel. But one of the things that I'm recognizing is the speed at which things are shifting and transforming right now. And it's really, really fucking blowing my mind. And it's why I'm so excited about this round of Ouroboros, because I have already seen, it's like the ability to like exist in that transformational cycle that is the Ouroboros, the deconstruction, death, resurrection, rebirth, like that cycle, that evolutionary cycle of life that is the Ouroboros. Like it was moving so slowly. Like we were existing in a timeline and a paradigm where that was moving so slowly. And so it was like, you know, it would take months to get through the deconstruction, and then months to enter into the resurrection, and then months to go through the rebirth. And now it's like, it's happening so rapidly. And this situation that just happened with my back is just proof of this, right? So my back goes out on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, like I can't believe this is happening. It's the last week of my launch. Like this is the worst timing. Like how, you know, and I'm just like pissed for a couple of hours. And then I'm like, all right, well, you know what, obviously there's a message here. Obviously I need to get the message. So I go to bed and I'm like, what's the message? And then this message that I just told you about around the health comes through, and I'm like, okay, yep, I'm committed. I'm going to do the work. But one of the things that I did was I just laid down and I focused all my attention on my back. And it's like, it's my sciatic nerve is what creates this problem. And it started with my pregnancy with Josiah, and then it got much worse during my pregnancy with Jack. And so then it's just been pretty fucked since then. But so I focused all my attention. I just laid down in bed and I focused all my attention in on that area of my back. And if you did my free Ouroboros experience, I don't know if all of you did it or not, but in the first evening, and I need to actually record that meditation this week, but in the first session, I did a deconstruction of slavery codes and an activation of New Earth Wealth Paradigm codes. And we did that through a merging of crystalline DNA into physical DNA. And this was like my first real application of that process so I took the container through an activation. And so then I actually like practically used this. And so I was laying in my bed and I started visioning that area of my back, and I literally activated my crystalline DNA that I had merged with my physical DNA, and activated myself at a cellular level with these new Earth wealth codes, and directed it into that area of my back. And just, I saw all the healing happening, and I saw all the healing taking place, and I saw the muscles begin to relax. and ease up off of the nerve. And then it was like I saw the crystalline DNA coming in and like healing the inflammation around the nerve. And by the morning, I was walking upright. So to tell you how powerful this is, I have never been able to be up and walking. Like the last time, it was 72 hours before I could stand up. And this was literally like 16 hours later, I was upright and walking. And I'm sitting on, it's Monday morning, and this happened Saturday afternoon. I'm sitting in a chair. Last time I could not put pressure on my pelvic, like on my tailbone at all. So the ability for us to radically transform right now, once we realize what the problem is, deconstruct, onboard the message, and activate these new earth wealth codes, like the transformation is that it's this fucking fast, you guys. It's so rapid. And I'm just blown away. Like even knowing this work, even knowing where we are, even having known where we were going, being seen, being told, being led, like now to see the practical applications of it happening, it's freaking mind blowing. So if you haven't done that DNA activation in the Ouroboros experience, that was free. Do it. Like get over and do it ASAP. I'm actually going to be re-recording it today as today or tomorrow as a meditation that will be freestanding. We'll put it on Spotify or not on Spotify. We may put it on Spotify, but we'll either put it on Spotify or we may put it on, I know we'll for sure put it on SoundCloud, so that you can listen to it, to the audio of it, and not have to go through the whole content. But if you haven't opted into the Ouroboros experience and you do want to get that information, or you do want to watch that, which I highly recommend, here is the link. I'm pretty sure they can still opt in, right, Laura? So you could still opt into the Ouroboros experience, I'm pretty sure, there. And it's the first session, so we did 2. And there's a private Facebook group that has both of the recordings in it. So once you opt in, then you'll get a redirect to the Facebook group. You can go in and they're ready to watch now, both sessions. It's 6 hours of epic content. But the crystalline DNA activation, the slavery code release, and the activation of the new earth wealth codes, which is simply vibration and frequency, is in the first session. So you definitely want to check that out. But the power in this, and the thing I'm so excited about, is that we are, like, Ouroboros started last Thursday, right? And you still have time to join us. Doors close this coming Thursday. But this isn't going to be like Ouroboroses of the past. My nose is itching, so we know we're getting confirmation. This isn't going to be like Ouroboroses of the past, where there had to be this huge cycle of death and rebirth. Like, that's just not the reality anymore. It's just not the reality. The new reality is that things get to shift in moments. We get to actually deconstruct our programming and conditioning and integrate that deconstruction in moments. Things that were taking months to clear and integrate previously are now going to take hours and days instead. And that is really exciting. And it's really exciting as we're moving into this next round of Ouroboros. It's like crazy. I've been waking up to like messages from people who like have been popping into my mind over the last week. Like this morning, woke up, opened my phone, had a message from somebody who I've thought about like 3 times in the last week, who was just like, all right, I'm finally ready to join Ouroboros. And I'm like, yep, you were in my mind, like just kept showing up. An image of this woman kept showing up, showed up 3 times this week. And then she just messages me out of the blue. Like this, itching of the nose always confirms the truth. Yep, that's how it goes. So it's like, look, if you're watching this and you have been, first of all, if you're watching this and you're an alumni of Ouroboros and you've been on the fence about coming back, there's never been a better round. It's never been more important for you to come back. We have 50 alumni that have signed up to come back, more than we've ever had. You want to be in this round of Ouroboros, and please come in as a VIP so you can do the 4-hour wealth intensive. get the upgraded generational clear and the VIP wealth activation with me. There's an 8-month payment plan, so there's really no reason for you not to do it. So if you're Ouroboros alumni, get your ass into this container ASAP. And I'm probably going to be reaching out to you personally if you haven't already signed up. Cora's like, hey, sign me up. Oh wait, I'm already signed up. But if you're watching this and Ouroboros has been in your sights and you've been wondering if it was right for you, and you've been wondering if, you know, if you should do it, I literally cannot even explain to you how important I feel this work is right now. And, you know, I'm seeing all these other money programs getting launched out in the world right now. And some very, very popular ones are just all of a sudden getting relaunched right now when it's really not the time for them to be launched. And so I just think there's a really interesting energy around wealth and money story transformation that's happening in the world right now. And so I'm seeing all these people releasing money programs and their mindset programs, right? And the thing that I want to tell you about this program is there is nothing else out there in the world like this. This is not a Mindset Your Way to Millions program. This is not a fucking money program. This is a program about deconstructing your programming and conditioning around wealth, health, and well-being in all areas of your life. And that includes your finances, right? Like, that includes your finances. But this is about deconstructing deep emotional programming and conditioning that holds you back. Stuff that traditional mindset work can't touch. We are looking at organs and meridian systems of the body. We are looking at a brain to body connection. We are combining spirituality and science in this program. There is nothing else out there like it. Like, there literally is no competition because there's not another program out there that does what this program does. And if it has been on your mind, and if you have been questioning whether to come back as an alumni, or if this is the round that you should sign up for Ouroboros, I will tell you definitively it is. And I will tell you that when we get to the other side of this, the people that participate in this round of Ouroboros are going to be living a radically different life than those that didn't. I can already feel it. I already feel the shift and the energetic shift in frequency of the people in the container. It's already started happening. It's all vibration and frequency. And we are creating a new paradigm and a new reality inside this container. And as we enter into 2022 and the fucking happens, which I really truly believe is what 2022 is going to be, those that have come into this container and shifted this stuff, this wealth, have repatterned this wealth stuff and done it rapidly and radically. My nose is itching so bad right now. I've done it radically and rapidly over the next 4 months, are going to have an entirely different experience of 2022. So many of my alumni will tell you that 2020, the year that the world fell apart, was their best financial year that they had ever had. That will be said again of 2022, because things are going to get worse. And you are either going to be in a position where you fully stepped into personal sovereignty, and as a result of that, create a different economic reality for yourself in the midst of that, or you're going to be firmly entrenched in the programming and the fear and the control and the manipulation of the collective. And that's the choice really that you get to make right now. And, you know, for me, it's like, I don't do a lot of hard selling of this program, because I truly believe that those that are meant to be there will be there. And I believe that, you know, all I have to really do is activate my soul tethers to the people that are meant to be in the program, and that they'll show up. And obviously that happens. I just gave you an example of a woman that, you know, came into my mind 3 times in the last week, and then all of a sudden she messages me today. I didn't reach out to her. But look, here's the thing. I know that there's nothing else out there like that, like this. There's no other program on the market like this. No other program that gives you the results that this program gives. And it's because it is a body of work. It is not just a mindset program. It is not just a small component. It is a holistic wealth approach to doing things differently and shifting all aspects and avenues of your life. And so, my nose, so crazy. Yeah, so now is the time, and there's never been a better time than to do this work, period. That's it. And we've made it so accessible this round. We have an 18-month payment plan option for people. If that's something that you need or desire or that calls to you, definitely reach out to us. Our extended payment plan is by application only, because we need to know that you're serious about showing up and doing the work. We have a 12-month payment plan. We have a 6-month payment plan. Like, the intention is to make this work accessible. But we do start on Thursday. So time is of the essence, and we've already had our welcome call, and the container is already deeply entrenched in deconstruction and doing the work and catching up on all the epic content that I've dropped in there to date. But really, you haven't missed anything yet, is what I'm saying. So you want to get in there by Thursday. And it's time to do the thing. It's time to transform. It's time to trust ourselves. Yeah, it's time. It's beyond time. And, you know, if you're watching this live stream, it's for a reason. So if you haven't already pulled the trigger, then do the damn thing. If you want to know more about Ouroboros, here is the lead page that you can check out. Definitely join the Ouroboros experience. Definitely join me over in the Wealth Witch Telegram channel, which is free. I know many of you that are watching are alumni and have already signed up for Ouroboros, or our new people that have signed up. So yeah, I think that's it. Short and sweet today. I have been sitting up for a couple of hours now. My back is starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm not gonna push it, even though it is radically changing and transforming. I'm gonna still support the rest process. I'm gonna go lay down and work on some scheduling stuff and pay the people that work for me, which I'm sure will make them happy. And yeah, I think that's it. So have an amazing rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world as you are watching this live stream or you're catching the replay. Remember that sometimes it's okay to get the universal bitch slap. And also just really tap into that energy that's happening right now in the world, that ability to have these rapid shifts and radical transformation. And I don't know how long that's going to last. That's the other thing. Energetically, we're so supported in this rapid, radical growth and transformation right now on this planet. And we're in a bit of a vortex, and I don't know how long it's going to last, which is why I think this round of Ouroboros is so important, because it's like we're actually stepping into this vortex with the ability to radically grow and transform in these 4 months. Who knows? Come the beginning of 2020, that might not be the case any longer, but it is the case right now, and that is the ability that we have. So that's it. Love you guys. Talk soon.